James do? Perfect. I like that. We go live, and it's radiant victory in the background.
That's immense, amazing. That's cool. That's a cool beginning. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Game Won't Play Itself podcast. This is episode 96, or season 2, 46, depending on what way you want to look at it. I am Lardteamaker, aka Will McKellar. Joining me, as always, the Mr. Technical, Mr. Genius himself, is James Atkinson.
Hi. No, you did it wrong, Will. We already discussed this. You've done it wrong. This is obviously the Game Won't Play Itself podcast starring Hurgleman and Lardteamaker.
Oh yeah, good point, isn't it? Yeah, the duo.
I am Chop Liver.
See, I was going to correct him, and that I thought, no, this is far too funny. And I was waiting to see whether you saw it, and you did.
Oh, I did. But at the same time, I'm sitting there going like, does he know?
Am I louder than everyone else?
I don't. Well, I mean, he may be louder because I'm not eating my microphone. I mean, if I move my mic closer, I can always sound a little bit louder.
I can sort it out as well. There we go. I can put that down like that. So there we go. We can put that down a little bit. So the input for you.
Better or worse?
But yeah, and also joining us. I don't know whether is he in Discord. Is his Discord working now?
He's on his way. He's on his way. He's with us because he's providing the footage in the background. So we know as much that he's there.
But he's here with us in spirit. It's Hurgleman. He is there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Hurgleman. There. Took care of it.
Sorted.
10 out of 10. I am the mixer. Volume mixer. Come on.
What, Hurgleman again?
No, it's me. It's me. I'm people complain about it's not the technical problems. No, now they can't hear James as loud as Will. We'll fix that. Sound settings. Of course, Windows had to do an update, so it's like, oh my god, we can't tell if the thingamajigger did the thing. Oh, how about this?
Oh, Windows, yeah, causing so much problem. It's a good job I remembered about bloody Windows doing this stuff, because the defaults on Discord, the defaults on OBS had changed. So it's like you had to go back and sort those things. So yeah, so
I'm definitely blaming the Windows 10 update, because the Windows 10 update was the thing that fucked everything over. Also, that's also why. That's just not going to work. There we go. Now that should be a little bit better. Don't we all agree? Do I sound a little bit better?
You sound fine to me, sir.
That's because Discord is using my mic as an input device. I manually set that. I believe now that it should be fine. You're trying to find a well. May I suggest getting YouTube and just uploading them to YouTube and then just linking us the YouTube videos. That's probably the easiest way to do it. It's the easiest, and then that way you're not like physically uploading the clips to Discord.
And I guess so. On tonight's show, we have stuff and things. I mean, we have some positive news.
Yes.
We have to finish.
We have one bit of negative news.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really negative, just a poor decision.
Yeah. And we have the update properly of the trophy challenge, because the ending is coming. Maybe sooner than I hope, than I think, but we'll see. And also, yeah, other stuff. I'll let James begin with the housekeeping.
Paulo, that's fine. I'm sure when it arrives, it'll be great. Actually, I know that because I've seen it.
So It's not a problem at all. Take your time. Well, whatever time you want, do it. It's fine, honestly.
All right, I guess it's time to actually do my job and get off from being comfy to get into announcer position, because you need to support the diaphragm when you do these. Can't just lay back and be a loungy asshole. I tend to usually like to be. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Game Won't Play Itself podcast. You are currently watching us live on Twitch TV /The Game Won't Play Itself, or TGWPIS. If you're not, you're probably listening to us on one of your favorite audio listening devices, whether that be through iTunes, Spotify, Podcastle, Pod this, Pod that, basically anywhere you can find your local podcast. We appreciate you listening to the show. Now, there's plenty of ways you can support the show. Obviously, listening and rating us on your various devices is one of the best ways to help us get out there and here and out to more people's ear holes. The other thing you can do is obviously watch us live on Twitch, and if you so choose, you can use your Twitch Prime subscription, which you probably have because you wanted to watch the second season of Arrested Development, and then completely forgot about the fact that you left it there, and it was just perpetuating, charging you $99. So take that $99 and give it to one of your favorite streamers. By the way, it's a $99 subscription. If you count out 12 months at $5, that's well worth it and really good to help one of your favorite streamers. So do that. Now, it could be us, it could be anybody else, but as long as you've got it, you should use it and support whoever you like. We would like it to be us, but we're not going to pander here for you. There's these other ways you can support the channel. Obviously, there is bits on twitch.tv. So obviously, bits, you can watch ads for various things like the last one I watched was for the Dodge Challenger, or even the McDonald's wrap thing that had lobster. How McDonald's could do a lobster wrap, I don't know. But just think about that for a second. You can watch that, and those bits then go directly to your favorite streamer to help provide. There obviously are various other things. We all have Amazon. We all have Twitch accounts. We also have a Patreon and various other forums. But most of all, we appreciate you listening. And I wanted to ask everybody one thing: if you hear my voice and you hear the show and you do enjoy it, tell a friend. Just tell a friend. Let another person know about us and say, "Hey, these three guys." And occasionally other people when Will decides to get somebody else he knows on the show on, are relatively funny. And are at least goofy enough to be worth your time to listen. And we would appreciate that. Beyond monetary things, beyond all the subscriptions and stuff, realistically, the thing that we would probably like the most is just tell more people. Because ultimately this show is about building a community of people who can just hang out and talk about video games on a very regular basis, and also on a more serious basis. Oh, thank you, Dark. That's really, we really appreciate that. We're gonna have to set you up in the announcements when you go live. Remind me to do that, Will, so in about 3 months when I actually get around to it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Let's put that on the Kanban board of things that James does. Other things we should talk about too before we go into the show proper. We did a live interview with Special Effect, and it's probably one of the most uplifting interviews we have done on the show. And we've had a few people on, and not major industry people by any means, mostly our friends and colleagues who are float around the industry. But Mark from Special Effect took this time out of his Sunday evening to come on the show and just talk to us about the wonderful charity and the works that it does. And it was very enlightening and a lot of fun. And it's something that I recommend not only to toot our own horn, but just to listen to him talk and the passion that he has for that charity and what they do, and helping kids and adults and families kind of get past things and get people back into gaming and into community and adjusting to some sense of normalcy that gaming provides. Because like he talked about, and like we would say on the thing, when you game, especially when you game online, it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like. As long as you're not a dick, you can be a part of a great community. And ultimately, that's kind of what we foster here and what we look forward to. So if you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it. If you want The SparkNotes version of it, I don't have it. Sorry, you're going to have to listen to it in full. Marcus has a lot of great stories. His charity does a lot of great work. And I would really appreciate it, even if you don't do this, check out Special Effect. Check out what they're doing. Just read up on them. They're a very interesting group of people. Very great. And very selfless.
They are indeed. For me, it was such a proud thing to do. It really was. I mean, not a tooting our horn sort of way, as you say, James. It's more of a case of who they are, what they're all about, and yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I shall be putting the link in the chat. But it's specialeffect.org.uk. Give them a look, if you haven't already, because they're wonderful. They're wonderful people, and we cannot speak highly of them enough. Which kind of leads us soon into the news.
Yeah, which is Microsoft has developed an adaptive controller that's going to be coming out for $100 US, which is meant for people with needs and abilities to be able to play games. Not only it's an Xbox and I think a PC controller too. They're making it both ways compatible.
Yeah, from what Hurgleman was saying the other day, because we were in Fem Fox's stream, Clang, by the way, name drop, and we were talking about this, and because she is doing a month-long charity drive on her streams for St. Jude's, and we were talking about having Special Effect on the show, and we were talking about the controller that came out, because I think it was quite handy, quite convenient almost, that we managed to get Mark on the same week that news broke, I think.
And it wasn't a Special Effect that helped them design. They may have had some feedback into it, but it was the United States version of Special Effect for the controller.
And so it was because they were on the BBC about it when that came out, and it's a great thing. It was great to see, and it's great that Microsoft have actually done a controller like this, and it is for PC too, because I made a joking remark about it. It's like, great, they have a controller to help make people more inclusive. Now they just need games.
Able Gamers, that's the name of the group. Able Gamers helped them design it.
Yeah, and there was a question that came up that I thought about, and it's like, I wished I thought of this at the time, but you have the modders, you have the modding community for games. I wonder, for Special Effect and Able Gamers, how many of them who work for those charities to do these controllers were modders beforehand.
I think it's not only people who become modders beforehand, but it's also through necessity having to become a modder. He spoke a lot about occupational therapists. And like the whole point is them having to go in blind to a household, to somebody who they know has a rough idea of what their illness is and what that could entail, but doesn't really doesn't know, what's their gaming setup look like? What does their home life look like? What does their room look like? What is their social situation? And really has to then on the fly develop and build something with a client, with a person.
Yeah.
It's to help them develop into gamer. It's to develop back into their gaming life. I'm never going to say that they weren't a gamer, because obviously they were. But to bring themselves back into that gaming life.
Yeah. Especially the veterans that were injured. Had to be amputees, or they've done something where they would, would they become crippled, or, just something like that. Is if they've especially started out as gamers and then something happens where it stopped them, I think it's maybe slightly more fulfilling to get them back into it than maybe someone who wasn't when they started gaming. I don't know. I might be wrong on that one. They might be just as fulfilling. But yeah, that controller, it looks nice as well. That's the even thing.
So, moving on from that, we're going to talk about something else. Something else very nice. I consider this uplifting news. No Man's Sky. We all remember that game, right? I shit on that game pretty hard when it came out.
We all
We all did. We all took a steaming dump on top of that, and mainly blame Sony and their head developer for overpromising and underdelivering. Well, on July 24th. Now I remember this because the 25th, Tottenham is playing Roma. No, Tottenham is playing Real Madrid in the Rose Bowl in LA. Really dark. He's part of the. He's that's awesome. So he's actually knows about special effects. See, that's great to hear.
For the audio version of his Dark Designers, one of his friends at school has muscular dystrophy, and after the Sunday stream, he found out that he actually is a part of their program. So that's really good news.
See, and that's important. Yeah. So, No Man's Sky is actually coming out on Xbox then, but it's also coming out with a free patch for everybody else who already owns the game, or as we like to call them, the suckers.
The beta testers.
The beta testers, yeah. So this has been like the bet. Like if you thought like PUBG had the longest beta test, No Man's Sky. There's the marketing beta test for you right there. Holy shit! They're releasing multiplayer, and fully integrated multiplayer. You can play with your friends. You can randomly find people. You can build colonies. You can build settlements. You can set up racetracks on planets. You can go out and fight with other people. You can do raids as pirates. It seems like this is finally where the game was expected to go and all the hype that they were talking about. Now,
Yeah.
I reserve a little bit of judgment on this because obviously we've been burned. We've been burned before. I mean, look at No Man's Sky's release. That was a clusterfuck. Not as much bad of a clusterfuck as we've seen in the lately, but it was of the clusterfucking variety, to be sure.
Yeah, it's up there with, I understand people being angry at it. You never understand like death threats coming to them, but because the game's in that state, but you can understand people's anger. It's like you're looking at it and go, well, what the hell is this?
I mean, you could also like understand this is like George Clooney playing Batman level of bad.
That gets you right there. Gets you right in the heart. That
Michael Keaton, by the way, best Batman. If anybody wants to fight me on it, I will. But Michael
Kevin
Keaton
Conroy.
Who the hell is Kevin Conroy?
The animated series Batman, dude.
Yeah, we're talking live action movies. I would take as second place Adam West. Because there was a movie. And we all remember the bat shark repellent. But this is the ultimate question. Will this change this game for us? For me, knowing that there's multiplayer coming to it, is at least going to get me to reinstall the game and try it. Because it's a free update. It's not costing me anything but my time at this point. And there are obviously worse things I could be spending my time on than trying out a game that I've already spent money on and they have been nothing but releasing free content for. And I think I'm far enough away from this situation where I've already been burned by it. But it's not like they're asking me to pay money for this and asking for a DLC. They're just saying this is what, they've really been like, this is free, take it. We're just trying to make right the situation that they have. And I'm willing to at least give them that shot. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to next thing become a Horizon Zero Dawn streamer. Not Horizon Zero Dawn streamer. I wish I was a Horizon Zero Dawn streamer. No Man's Sky streamer. See, there's just all these different, Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky, something, celestial body involved or part of or astrological event. It's just all their own names. Let's get the random name generator for like.
The big question I have if I go back to it to give this a shot, is could you find the people that it says you're online in a multiplayer with? Do you find them easier? Are you able to join up with them in like a search way, or do you
I
invite them
think
in?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think it's a search thing. I think it's like a group kind of a thing.
Mm,
Like you kind of it's I almost kind of think of it's like a Minecraft server where you
yeah,
all log in and you spawn in together and then you set your spawn points wherever you want to be.
because I'm then thinking, how about as seeing as we both have it,
Do you
a
have it on
multi?
PC?
No, have it on PS4. See, I would have said, unless of course it's cross-platform.
I highly doubt that it's cross-platform.
Because if it was, then I would have suggested a joint stream.
If it was going to be cross-platform at all, it would be probably cross-platform between Xbox and PC.
Hmm. Or PC and PS4, not all three.
And Sky multiplayer. Give me a second here.
Because again, that would be something that, because then we could have joined up as Tig Whippy and given it a proper chance in terms of what should we do with it.
So
Yeah.
this is the No Man's Sky uses different servers for PlayStation 4 and PC.
Right.
So essentially, no cross-platform.
Which is a shame.
And I'm not about to buy it on PlayStation 4 again, and Will's not about to buy it on PC.
Exactly. Because
That being said, I do know that Chris. This would be a good time for Chris to join the show. But if he can't, I completely understand. He is providing great background footage. Has it on PC. So it could be the two, me and Chris, playing No Man's Sky together.
Yes.
Nobody hold their breath. Mainly because of me, not Chris. Chris could be put in, but it's mainly me. But who knows? Who knows? This could be a thing. Could be a thingamajig that we do. Gonna go play the No Man's Sky. It's a thing.
Because how many times have we gone back to it after an update and then forgot about it again?
I only went back to it once, and that was after like the big ships update, and I was like, "Hey, this is kind of cool." And then Destiny 2 came out, and I was like, "Well, fuck this shit, Destiny 2." I spent money on that game. All right, so No Man's Sky. I think our overall, what would the best phrasing we should put on this is cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
We want it to be good. Obviously, it's a big enough push to get. I mean, obviously, it's big for the Xbox users because they're getting a completed game. And it's good the fact that they're giving all of this information, all this stuff to the other users and players of the game for free, as they should have when they originally bought the title. So, going...
Is it too little too late, though?
That's why we're saying cautiously optimistic. Yeah. I'm willing to give it a shot. And once again, it's nothing but a time investment for me at this point.
Yeah.
And God knows I've played shittier games. God knows I've played shittier games recently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Batman, the Telltale, Season 1. But yeah, sorry.
So,
you were saying...
Going on from that, there's another game that's releasing. In September, on both PlayStation and PC, it's Zone of the Enders, the second runner. Which, obviously, I'm going to get... Zone of the Enders was a great game, and a highly underrated game. I think for the time it came out. It kind of got thrown into it's just like a cel-shaded mech game. But was actually really well written and had a very interesting and intricate story. And don't quote me on this just yet. I'm looking it up. Zone of the Enders.
But yeah, it was Zone of the Enders. I remember playing those back on PS2 to begin with. Because I didn't get the second runner until it came out as a double pack on PS3. Late in the cycle, and I remember playing it, and it's like, it was still They were good enough.
So the big thing about this one, Zone of the Enders, the second runner, is that it is a Hideo Kojima produced game. So well, I have to give money to Konami, which I'm not too happy about because it's Konami. But I think because it was a Kojima project and a completed Kojima project.
Yeah, will they try sticking in microtransactions?
And it was one that he produced. How can they? There is literally no way you can microtransaction that game. Because
they might try.
Do you want to know how I am 100% sure that there's no microtransactions in that game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's a first person. It's mainly a story-driven first-person game.
Yes.
Which means microtransactions, really nothing helps there because there's like no XP system really. There's nothing really that pushes it forward and makes it so you'd have to monetize it, which makes it to multiplayer. Well, the reason why there's not going to be a microtransactions for that was because how do you microtransaction multiplayer with mechs? Skins. That would mean Konami would have to go back into a game that they've already developed and put some R&D into it to develop skins for mechs. And they're not going to do that. They're just too fucking lazy. They don't want to put the time or the effort or the money to develop skins for these characters, so they can't monetize that. So what are they going to do then? Save slots? Well, it's a single-player game, so guess what? You don't need more than one save slot. And it has New Game Plus built into it. So you're saying that people can't play New Game Plus unless they spend like $5 to get a second save slot? So, it's a good game. I don't know how much it's coming out for. That's the question. I would look on Steam right now, but
I will do a quick look on Amazon for it.
Zone of the Enders, second runner Mars. Also, the fact that your thing is called Jehuti and you fight Anubis.
Yes. Let's have like second runner.
And I also find it very interesting that it's coming out for PC and PlayStation, but not Xbox. Even though it's out on 360.
Yeah, because yeah.
I bet you I know why. I bet you it's 360 backwards compatible. That's probably why.
Yeah, but even so, there's some games that have been backwards compatible that have come out on Xbox One.
But once again, it's about the effort that Konami wants to make, and they don't want to have...
True.
It would take R&D away from pachinko machines.
Very true. Yeah, there's no release date yet, so...
It's September-ish.
Well, pre-order it from here, so... For Amazon. So there's nothing there. It's like a pre-order. So I can't tell you the price of it just yet.
Yeah. It's worldwide September 2018.
Because as well, remember when Zone of the Enders came out on PS2, why was it also a big sale? Because there was a demo to Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
That was on it. Which was great marketing when you think about it at the time.
Oh my god, you used to be able to get free game demos when you bought other games? Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Crazy.
Speaking of ridiculousness, news story number 4.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, which I'm. Let's see if I can actually say this with a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Okay. Everybody's starting to laugh. I already know. Is and I'm going to quote here, is confirmed as a boot on the ground with hero shooter elements. And their battle royale mode is called Blackout. And it's done in like a VR training ground as of like Metal Gear Solid Subsistence.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Here we go. Hi.
The duty that you don't want to know.
I mean, they're definitely taking a shit with this game. It's already showing, by the way, on the Blizzard Activision downloader for PC. So I went to sign into Destiny to play it, and I was like, wait a second. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
How much is it going for, by the way?
I don't know. There is no buy it now tab.
Wow, because if that is 45 to 60 quid, then that's way too fucking much for it. Especially the fact there's no single player campaign now.
I mean, really, they're just going to copy and paste the maps from like Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and just push them forward to 4.
Yeah, and then charge ridiculous amounts for them. Because that seems to be
it's $59.99.
Wow,
it's
really?
Price.
That's stupid.
And that's pre-order on Amazon too.
That is absolutely crazy and stupid. I mean, how can you seriously get away with that for that sort of price? For the modes that you get? Sorry.
It's not. Hey, let me save you some money. Do you want me to save you $60? Me? I will now save everybody in this chat and anybody who listens and whoever will listen to the show $60 right now. Download Fortnite. It's free. And probably a better developed game than that's going to be. I mean, it could be the second coming of Jesus Christ, and I'm pretty sure it's still going to be a piece of shit.
Hell, H1Z1's probably, when that finally comes out on PS4, which is not too away, is still
push the envelope a little bit. H1Z1, maybe. If you said, like, DayZ, I would have been like, whoa, buddy. I mean, really just buy Armor 3 at that point.
I've been hearing, though, that the PlayStation port is all right of it. The controls handle well.
You did just say that a port of a game is all right.
Yeah, I did say that.
Granted, I would say that most coming from PC to console is probably an easier port from console to PC.
Yeah.
Except when it came from StarCraft on the N64. Do you guys remember that? That was a thing. StarCraft was on the N64.
Bloody hell.
You had to think about that controller for a second. And then think about playing a real-time strategy game with that controller.
Oof.
Yeah. But so Black Ops 4. I think this is
that's taking the piss. It really is taking the piss.
I really
now,
don't know what's going to happen with this game. I mean, they better be like, because what are they going to do? Really? What are they going to do that they haven't done? Because there's no single player, which means I immediately don't care.
Yep.
The only reason they're going to get sales on this game is because the people who play the other games are going to want to get upgraded to the new hotness. They want the new guns. They want to read and prestige up. So that would be that crowd. But after that...
And then you've got the season pass on there, which they'll invariably have on there. They'll have the illegal microtransactions.
How can you have the season pass? How does that mean? There's... So you could buy maps?
Yep.
Ahead of time? I don't.
Come on, dude. This is Activision. You've seen what they've become. They've become pure greed.
I can't. It blows my mind. Like, what value is there in the season pass? Like, when I bought Fallout 4, and I bought the season pass, they monetarily broke it down, saying that this DLC is going to be $15, this DLC is going to be $15, this one's going to be $5. You're saving $10 by buying the season pass versus buying it a la carte.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That when I bought Pillars of Eternity and I bought the deluxe edition, instead of paying $50 for it, I paid $75. They said the reason why you're doing that is because you're also getting the soundtrack, a digital art book, and you're getting the 3 DLC story missions packs that are coming out afterwards. Those 3 DLC story packs will retail for $9.99 a piece. By buying it up front, you're saving $5. Monetarily, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Pillars of
The
Eternity.
Witcher,
Right? So I'm saving $5 for paying for it up front. But
Yeah.
the thing is, they're letting you know. They're saying, this is what will be in the game. Welcome back. Sorry your Wi-Fi went out. Tick whippies can be some amazing sometimes. Can destroy Wi-Fi.
hashtag may not. People at Tigwiffy are not responsible for any Wi-Fi that goes out.
Ask Kim Vieira.
When she appears. It's like, I can. Yeah, I mean, this is a step too far from Activision.
This is bandwagoning at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's blatantly sort of, well, let's not go a proper Call of Duty that we have been for years. Let's go the PUBG route. Because they've made a shitload of money this year. Why not same game? We can do the same game. It's like, that's the problem. If it's the same game, people already have the game that they're after. Or the alternative, Fortnite, which is better in terms of features. Because hell, you had Thanos in Fortnite over the past few days. So it's like, you have your options there. I mean, there was a running joke on Twitter of E3 of how many games companies are going to release a game with a battle royale mode in it. And I jokingly went, okay, I'm going to aim low as 7. But there's going to be more because they as Jim Sterling said, they just don't get it. It's like if you've already got the bit and you're trying to get on the bandwagon, it's going to backfire. It's going to be overused. It's going to be sad. And then that fad will go, and then they will have you won't have success stories like Cliff Bleszinski's studio closed because again, Lawbreakers was Overwatch. Whether there's different mode in there or not, it came across as Overwatch. 5 minutes of me playing it, and to everybody else it did as well, and that's why that failed. And then you've got Radical Heights, which was a battle royale game. So there was nothing really original they would do, and that's what I think why it went wrong. And you may go, well, it's Cliffy B. So, well, Cliffy, it's more than one person in the studio with the ideas, surely. But that's where that went wrong. And yeah, this to me, I'm going to predict is going to blow up in their face.
I don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, also battle royales are becoming. They're so popular, but they're also becoming a major problem. Did you hear about the Major League Baseball pitcher?
No.
David Price of the Boston Red Sox, starting pitcher for them, one of their five starters.
Yeah.
Had to be scratched from his start because he got tendonitis in his pitching hand from playing so much Fortnite.
Wow.
I shit you not. That was the medical report. The guy makes $25 million a year.
Jeez. But that's the thing, though. Fortnite really, really is popular.
It is.
When it gets in the news and mainstream for people saying, "Oh, my kids are addicted to it,"
they caught lightning in a bottle. I'm not going to deny that. I think that they're a great company, and I think they should receive all the accolades they got. But they took a game that was going to be pretty much a subpar to unsuccessful game, and they turned it into probably the most successful game out there on the market right now, behind any MOBA.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, the reason why they got it is they have... I think they're a group of people, if we're looking at Fortnite and the Fortnite marketing strategy. And the reason why it's going to work versus why Black Ops is going to fail is because they understood who they're marketing to.
Yes.
And when those... And really, they I mean, who has really pushed Fortnite to the front? Ninja?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what did they do? They found Ninja. Number one, Dr. Disrespect had his thing. Because he was the biggest thing on Twitch up until Infidelity.
Yep.
I mean, when he names Dr. Disrespect... Anyways, we're not going to talk about how he is as a person. But he's still big. He's still huge. But he was really... PUBG was really his game. Suddenly, all of a sudden, he goes cold turkey for a couple months. Ninja... Positive guy, upbeat guy, goofy personality, all of a sudden starts getting popular. And a game that's really fun. They start putting in push behind him. They start giving him the ability to do things, to work with people. All of a sudden, Ninja, out of nowhere, because of how popular he's getting, and people watch Twitch, all of a sudden he plays Fortnite with Drake. And that game goes from 0 to 100, because all of a sudden, I can play with Drake? Do you know Eric Lamella and Dele Alli of Tottenham played with Ninja?
Wow.
Think about that. And then he builds an esports event, and they go to Vegas, and they do a thing there. I mean, you know, they're not dumb. They realize where they're getting popular, where a lot of these things are going from, and where a lot of people watch it. They watch it on Twitch. Yeah. So they backed their ponies. They backed the people who are making this game popular. And ultimately, it's free for them. And I forget what they're like, the sponsorship deal that they were doing with Ninja, when they had the Twitch Prime event for Fortnite. Because by the way, they're tied in through Twitch Prime. You get Prime Loot too, which is, a big deal. So they're tied in through Prime. But they had something like for every Twitch Prime sub that you were getting on his channel, you were getting Fortnite loot. And that was just that drove his revenue up a ton because people were creating accounts just to get free Prime loot for freaking Fortnite.
And yeah, he was saying it after that he's on $500,000 a month.
Yeah, and that's on the revenue he just gets from Twitch, not including other stuff and the sponsorships and stuff that could come down the line. Now, Ninja seems like a pretty level-headed guy.
Yeah,
and what's the biggest controversy we heard? He may have said the N-word when singing a song.
Yeah, he may have, and it's that wasn't clear cut.
It wasn't clear cut, and ultimately,
I tried listening to it, and I'm like, did he say that? I couldn't tell.
I'm not gonna be. I mean, in the world that we're in, if he's not outright calling somebody that, or speaking about it in the general terms at people, there are plenty of songs by plenty of people where you can hear that word in it. Yeah. Go to Spotify. I'll wait. It's that. So, moving that aside, there hasn't been a lot of controversy. He's young, he's likable, he's goofy. And the other thing about it, and the reason why the Battle Royale works for him, it's a free game that anybody can play, that anybody in the world can play against each other on. Because remember, it's cross-platform. You can play with PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. And at any point in time, you could be playing against Ninja. And you could be the guy who actually kills him. And then you get to show... And then, once again, because Ninja streams, you can go back and watch that stream and show all your buddies that's where you killed him. You can get just as popular for being the guy who took Ninja down. Or knew that you're, oh man, I was in the game last night with Ninja and he was playing with Drake. I was in that match too. I played against Drake. It's a perfect media. I mean, it's perfect. It's a free game that anybody, and they, ultimately what they're looking at is we have famous people that play this game. People always want to be close to or near, brush with celebrities, brush with royalty. Hell, look at what's going to be happening tomorrow in England.
Yep, the royal wedding.
And people are already camping out in Windsor. It's Windsor, right?
Yeah.
It's in Windsor.
Yeah, I believe it is Windsor.
They're already camping out there just to be in the presence. Or London. I don't freaking know. I'm American. I don't pay attention to these things. We don't have royalty over here. We just have media moguls who act like assholes that gain power. Don't ask me how that happens.
It is Windsor.
It is Windsor. Okay.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, how many people are out there just rubbing elbows? Just want to be there, just to be a part of it, just to see a glimpse of thing, to be near celebrity, to be near royalty. It's ultimately what Fortnite's banking on, and it's working. And it's working well. And not to mention, they have a game that's relatively solid shooter with interesting mechanics and dynamics just to make it interesting, but also an evolving story. They're telling a narrative.
Yeah.
And the things that tie in, like they had the Thanos tie-in from the Marvel movie. They get their marketing. They have, this isn't like, let's copy what's good. This is let's push the envelope. Let's see. We know what our fans like. We know what they're doing. Let's see where we can push it. Let's see where we can drive this to. We can see where it makes this interesting. Where Black Ops just says, it's the new age versus the old age thinking. The new age thinking, push it, make it interesting, get people involved, get the community involved, get people together, get them to feel like that they're with celebrities, they'll be playing against a celebrity any point in time, because that anonymity on the internet helps that. And also have a fun game and it's with core gameplay that works and is quick. You could be done with the game of Fortnite in like 10-15 minutes. Or it could take as long as an hour. I would know. Yeah. I had both in one stream.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, pulling back from that, you look at the old way of thinking. That's a thing that's working. How can we shove X property into Y square block to make us money? What Activision's doing, or Treyarch, or I should say, what Activision is making Treyarch do.
Yes.
Because at this point, I'm not blaming the studio that's making the game.
No, I'm blaming the publisher because of the shareholders seeing the money and going, we want that money.
And you figured, like, looking at EA with Battlefront, you think that would have been a warning sign. Everybody clap for Chris, he won. Good job, Chris. GG.
Nice one, dude.
There we go. Just...
But yeah, it's... I'm not holding out hope for this one to be good. I'm really, really not. But yeah, I mean, they're going to run foul of countries that, in the meantime, will make loot boxes and that illegal.
And that being said, Fortnite has an interesting way of gaining money. The season passes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not illegal. I mean, because they're defined goals and defined rewards. And does it help you get to those rewards quicker? Yes. But if you play enough of the game, you can earn rewards. It makes sense. I'm not saying it, and I think it's a more reasonable model. Because you can pay for the season pass and get the bonus XP and get the skins or stuff like that. But there's also just by you doing other things to get skins. You could watch somebody play Fortnite and then the Twitch Prime loot will drop for you that you can then redeem through the thing. You can just be a member on Twitch with the Twitch Prime. You can just have your Twitch Prime accounts tied to your Twitch account and you get stuff. You play the game, you get stuff. You know, they make it easy. So they make it so that you can constantly, if you're part of a community and you're part of doing this and you're part of playing the game or watching people play the game, you can get stuff. They're not just making it like buy our loot boxes, buy our season pass, get shit. Now watch this person get shit. Be a part of this, get shit. They're trying to build a community up.
Yeah. And
that's why they are one of the most popular games on Twitch. And ultimately, I think they're thriving because of the medium of Twitch. I think if Twitch doesn't exist, or streaming services as a whole don't exist, Fortnite isn't where it is.
Yeah.
I think Battle Royales aren't where they are.
Yeah, because they're, in a way, even though you get people playing it very passively and hiding in toilets, which may not be the most exciting way to play. Yeah,
That's the way I
but
play.
but still, it's a spectator's game, and that's where they go into esports, because that's while you can watch a great Rocket League match, you look at it and go, okay, what team, who's on where? There are bits that you can't really tell what they're doing. Whereas with this, you don't need to. All you need to know is this person going to survive? Are they going to be the one that's going to get the chicken dinner / umbrella or whatever? And are they going to make good shots? So that's what makes it very, very accessible in terms of an esport. But yeah,
It's a thing. Hey, who knows? Like I said, I have no hope for backups.
Yeah.
No hope. And I'm not a Fortnite player, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate what they're doing and how they're building a model, and how they're building a game and making it popular. They're building it by making it inclusive, not exclusive.
And that's the key again.
And also on any given Sunday, it's player skill happens to be a part of it, but it's also luck too, because you can get that right drop, you can get that right gun, and then at that point you can go from 0 to 60 and win the match.
Yeah, just have that good run, that good spot. It could be, because that's the thing with them, because the circle keeps moving, so you can't constantly camp at the same place. It's always changing. There's not the same game twice that you see on this.
So, that's our thoughts on all that. I think that's news. That's kind of what we're doing. We weren't going to do a weekly Royale this week, so we're just going to have a discussion. And I think we had a very good discussions on both No Man's Sky and Black Ops, Fortnite. Remember, this isn't James Loves Fortnite. I don't play it. I really don't play it. I do not like how frustrated and upset and tense it gets me. But I appreciate it. I can appreciate what it does for community building and everything, and I can see this. So take it from a guy who is not in on the Fortnite craze at all.
Yeah, just because you can see from a point of view, you can see how it will grow, and you're of this thing of, well, if you don't like it, then that's okay, because others do, and you can see how it is. I mean, I try to be that way. I don't always come across that way, but yeah. If you can understand that people do like it, and you can go, okay, fair enough, that's fine. You do you enjoy it, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. And I can appreciate people, like I can appreciate Ninja playing the game, because I can watch him and he's good. He is good at the game, and I can watch other people and appreciate it. It's just not my cup of tea. I think when Ninja, where like Dr. Disrespect plays a character, I think Ninja it's Ninja is him. As we've made many talks to about before, it's much as PewDiePie versus Markiplier. PewDiePie is a character. Markiplier is actually who Markiplier is. For you people in Europe, Jacksepticeye. It makes.
So, shall we go on to what we've been playing, Mikey?
Yes, I will go first.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just do what you've been playing, Trophy Challenge, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Also,
cool.
I have been told, and I will say this at the end of the stream, Hurgleman is playing Jack of the Box at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on his channel.
So go join him. Have fun with it.
I probably will, just because he'll want me to be there, and I'll be crass and an asshole, and I don't have to work tomorrow. Oh, hello, Reese's Rave.
Reese's Rave.
Were you working? Please tell me you were working. I mean lurking.
He was lurking, ready to hear about this. So yeah, so what have you been playing then, James?
I've been playing Destiny 2, Warmind.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They've added some very interesting things. Obviously, new content, new stuff to do.
Right.
But they've also added these two new things, which I think are great for the game, especially for somebody like me.
Yeah.
It's called guided mode. So for the harder content, which is the Nightfall, which is the difficult, like their difficult version of a instance or a mission, and the raid, you can do a thing called guided, which is where you queue up and basically say, I'm a noob at this. I'm going to accept that I'm going to work with these people, and I accept that I'm going to take the play. You say, as a player, part of doing this, I take a player's agreement that I am going to work with these people, not drop out, not quit, because otherwise I'll face a penalty. The penalty is you can't queue up for missions and stuff, and you can only do like the open box content of the game until your timer wears off.
Yeah.
But so like for me, I queued up for the Nightfall. It's a 3-person mission. I said I'm the noob. I don't really know it. I don't really know how to do it, but I'd like to play it. And then they have, so me was a 45-minute wait, roughly. But it took me only about 20 minutes to get in. Then I got teamed up with 2 guys from a guild, who are my guides, who came up and said, hey guys, we'll walk you through this. So I got in, I joined them up, we went through, we beat it, and they got some special loot because they were like, hey, we're going to Sherpa this guy through it. And I got a chance to actually play the Nightfall, beat it, and get the regular loot that comes with beating the Nightfall. And now with the Nightfall, you can do this 35 times in a season. I think their season ends in September. So what are we in? Middle of May? So May, June, July, August, September. So pretty much I think you can do it like once or twice a week with different characters. Right. And then they have the raid. You can do the same thing with the raid. Yes, I did play Defiance. I have it on the PC, and I do know about Defiance 2059, or whatever, 2559 or 95 coming up, which is a rework of the game. But it is free to play, so I may try it out. I haven't done the raid yet, because obviously the raid it was the middle of the week on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people played Destiny, but I don't think that many. That being said, you can also do the thing with raid. So it lets a player like me, a solo player, unless any of you guys play Destiny on PC, in which case, please let me know. I would love to play with somebody else besides myself. I'm not saying that not playing with yourself isn't a bad thing. We've all done it from time to time. Some of you may be doing it right now, for all I know. If it is, that's kind of weird, but also flattering, and I appreciate it. But it gives somebody like me a chance to do the end game content, and it makes me, and that's a great thing. And Destiny has its flaws. I will never not say that this game does not have flaws, but the fact that it's starting to try and get people involved, and like they're kind of like saying, hey, you could do this guided activity with these guilds, and who knows, maybe if you're a nice enough person and you play with them and you've got their things, maybe they'll invite you into your guild and you'll have friends and you'll be able to play this again, not using these systems because you'll have friends. Let me know, Polo. We have to get I have your Steam thing. Let me know if you ever want to play it, because I have it on PC and I play it a lot lately because it's a looter shooter. What are friends? You have friends? Yeah, those are people that we talk to from time to time. Sometimes yell at. But anyways, so I'm planning on doing the raid this weekend. I'm going to see how that goes. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see. I am new to it. I do. Luckily, they're like, you need to have voice chat to do it. I'm like, well, I guess this is. I think I can handle it. So I'll be trying that, and you guys will know. I think that the game is going in the right direction. They're planning on making more and more. Yeah, we are friends on Blizzard. I'm Tigwhippy Spike. Actually, I think I'm just Tigwhippies on Blizzard. Either way, it's pretty easy to find me. So, played that. Played some Football Manager.
Yes.
Yes. Getting up there. Just Football Manager is the game that I play when I'm like editing something. Because it's literally like I'm doing something over here, and then I come over this way, and I press the space bar, and I come back over to this. So, we can do that kind of... So, Football Manager, I've been playing that. What else have I played? Pillars of Eternity 2, Dreadfire. I realized that I wanted to have a paladin for the stream game and not a fighter, so I went back and played through all the beginning part again with a paladin to get him to where I was in the stream, so I could start streaming that again if I decide I want to stream it. I can move it. Also some more BattleTech. I got that. I've played some Tyranny, just because I've been loving me some Obsidian games.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I got myself a new gaming laptop.
Ooh. What did you get? What did you get? What did you get?
An HP Omen.
Oh, the same as Vicky. Vicky's got that recently as well.
Did you get one with the i7 and the 1060?
I think she did.
15-inch?
Mm-hmm.
Solid state drive with the 1 terabyte hard drive? Yeah, that's what I got. Because my laptop is 7 years old. My desktop's just about the same. So I've been getting into that kind of stuff and actually going to do it. So I finally got it. It's actually...
So I'm just having a look. Because she sent me a picture of it.
Does it look like this?
Oh, it may well do. Hang on. It is.
Also, it plays Destiny.
Yeah, Omen by HP 17-AN011NA gaming laptop for the GTX 1050 with a 3-year care pack. She got. So not quite the same as yours.
She got the
Close.
1050?
Yeah, she got the 1050.
I got the 1060. I got the better graphics card. I think it's the 1060. The question is, did she get the solid state drive?
Or she may listen to the podcast, and if so, let us know, Vicky.
Let me know, Vicky, because the reason why I got the solid state drive is because I just put it on my lap. It's already on. It's booted already, like that.
I think that's the next purchase for my PC. It's a solid state drive, so we can put Windows on there, and so boom, it's already done. Fantastic.
Let's see what exactly mine is. Yeah, so like I needed to upgrade a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I got an upgrade. It is a fantastic upgrade. It's also nice because there's also these situations where... Oh, no, actually, no, mine's the 1050 Ti, so we'll probably have the exact same laptop.
Yeah.
Which means if that's the case, she probably got the solid-state drive for it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
Because you can stream on that one quite nicely.
That was also my thought, too, is that if I ever go someplace
and
we need to record a podcast...
Oh, you mean like go to London or somewhere like that and meet up with
future-proofing, exactly.
English person.
Exactly. That's for this. I've also played Sid Meier's Civilization 6 and Galactic Civilizations 3.
Nice, dude.
And that's on the Omen. So I'm really excited about that. I'm planning on upgrading the PC soon. That's the next one because the laptop is really lagging behind. The PC does fine. I love my PC. I love my gaming PC. But it's getting to the point now where if I want to ever do more than just this and stream what I've got, we're bottlenecking at the processor. Now, my processor is a 2nd generation i7.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the 8th generation i7s. And the reason why I'm looking at either just getting an iBuyPower, which there may be more from in the future of that, we'll stay tuned. But the reason I'm looking at I have an iBuyPower PC is because to upgrade this, upgraded motherboard, upgraded processor, power supply, and heatsink, and RAM, costs about $900. If I spend $1,100,
Mm-hmm.
I get the processor, the RAM. I get a new computer with a better graphics card, which I can also upgrade and throw my other graphics card into it and then run dually graphics.
Ooh,
Or
that's cool.
I keep
Yeah.
this one, I throw a capture card into it, and then just turn it into the capture device in the stream out computer, and the other one is the gaming computer. Or I just keep this as a gaming PC and hook it up over there.
Yeah.
So that I can have, I don't know, maybe my girlfriend stream video games with me.
Yeah. So like the couple stream.
Pretty much. She wants to try it more often. She may end up streaming at some point on the Tick Whippies channel.
Yeah.
Just because I have this wonderful outline and everything all set for it. But yeah, so that's kind of an also other things I've been working on.
The stuff around us, like the names.
Pretty things, nice things. I've painstakingly taken this thing off of the Streamlabs OBS and hooked it up and set it up and edited it a little bit to make it for the podcast. And also so we have other cool things happening, you know, like the actual, like, I'm live playing video games screen. And then we're also starting soon screen. And then the podcast with guests screen, which is just looks like a lot like the regular podcast screen, just with different stuff. And the we'll be right back screen. And the we'll be ending screen. And I need to figure out how to make this happen, the offline screen. And then there's this new extra screen, which I don't know anything about, but it's there. Back to the podcast screen.
The offline screen, you just pop onto the Twitch.
The problem is that it's not like one thing, it's layered.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I need to how to find a way to just make it an image.
Yes.
And then pop that image
into the Twitch channel.
Into Twitch.
Yeah. That's fair play.
I think given like once again, it's typical Tig Whippies fashion where James goes 95% of the way there, and this just doesn't do the last 5%. But when did I tell you the special effects stream would come out?
You told us it'd be out Monday by 8:30 in the UK.
Was it out by Monday at 8:30 on the UK?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
I did deliver. I do deliver. The podcast usually gets released by Monday at the latest.
Which is good, which is nice. So you guys give consistency to you guys. So you have something to listen to on your commute.
So you're not like FemFox, who just goes and downloads the entire show in one thing and just destroys her phone. By the way, Fem, thank you for listening. We do appreciate that.
Yes, we do. We love all of you who listen.
It makes me happy. Like, we have consistent listeners. Like, there is at least 12 of you who listen to the show consistently on the audio format a week.
Which is good. It means we're entertaining some people.
Well, one of them is from Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
I know that for a fact. Mainly from the United States, UK, and Sweden. We've had one download from Poland, too. I don't know why. I assume that one of our listeners was in Poland and needed to download the show.
Or someone was curious. But so is that all you've been playing then, matey?
Pretty much.
Cool. Right. Okay. I'll jump in now with mine because you played a lot, dude, this week. Played a lot. Ton of stuff. I completed Birth by Sleep. So that's another part of the Kingdom Hearts saga done. Chuck it away. I had to do it in 2 stages because the final boss was getting on my tits before the final 10 minutes of the stream on Sunday. So I thought, bugger it, I'm going to go level up and then go back to it. And then I had the urge to go back to it on Sunday. And you know, one of those moments where you think, I'm just going to try this, see what happens. And if I do beat it, then I'll quickly jump onto the stream and just show people. Which is exactly what happened. So now I didn't watch I didn't watch Coded, which is the one after it, the final part in these final mix game. There was and Coded actually makes the story understandable. It links everything up before Dream Drop Distance and the prologue before number 3. And it's kind of like, because the way it's set is Mickey Mouse is looking at Jiminy Cricket's journal that he has that was erased, seemingly erased, when he went into Castle Oblivion, when Sora started losing parts of his memory because Organization 13 taking them and trying to, create a nobody of Sora called Roxas. So it goes back around then. It traces of trying to repair the journal, and in trying to repair the journal, it links Birth by Sleep. It links the main Kingdom Hearts games. It all links it all up. So if you can have a look at the story, there's a complete story bit on YouTube, but it lasts about, I think it's about an hour, that links it all up, and so you can see the story and it explains it. Because I've seen that and just went, oh, okay, that's what does that bit there and links. So I'm looking forward to this Sunday for 2.8 beginning. Play more Rocket League. We did some more Dead Island with a 12 squad, which is it's a bit scattershot at the moment. Continued on with some Sniper Elite, and I almost shat a brick when playing Sniper Elite. It's a buggy mess. Okay, it's the first one they did. It's glitchy. There's issues with it. It crashed my system. My system, even though Windows 10 great, and after the update, thank you very much, Windows 10 fucking things up again. So I had technical issues on Thursday. But I'm getting towards the end of the stream, and there's a clock tower I got to, where you have to, you get up into the clock tower, so you have a vantage point. You have to get a lamp, look to the agent that you have to escort out of the place. And so I went prone. I was crawling along, and I was desperate to not get spotted, because if you're spotted, the alarm goes off and makes it harder for this agent. And I swear to God, there's a major bug where a Russian officer was wandered straight by me, and I'm looking like 2 foot there, right in front of me. He had no way of not spotting me here, and he just didn't comprehend. There was no acknowledgement I was there. And the look on my face at the time would tell a picture, because I said I was actually holding my breath. It just wouldn't. It frankly didn't. The bits. I have played some more Ultimate Alliance, some other ones in the trophy hunt, which I'll get to in a second. More NASCAR Heat 2. So yes, I've been turning left a lot in racing. Been trophy hunting some Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, getting through those treasure ones and getting some simple trophies out of the way. But yeah, the other 2 bits I want to talk about is Onrush. Now I've got the beta from yesterday that's out. So it went open beta after the couple of days of pre-orders. That is still a great game. You've got we managed to get a team of 6 earlier, and for the most part we continued where we left off at Reds, and we're just owning people. There's currently 2 modes in there, where one is based on gates. You have to drive through gates to keep the time up for you and your team. Against the opposite team, you have to knock theirs out by elements of burnout here, where you can take them down by ramming into them, jumping onto them, all stuff from burnout. And it looks like Motorstorm. And then the other one is you have to build up points. So again, by doing things like jumping off ramps, checking into them, keeping your speed up, doing all this sort of good stuff, gets your time up, gets your points up, stops them winning. Fantastic. Great game. Now, my concern, and what other people have concerned about as well, is, does this game have the legs, and will it be worth 50 quid? And I'm going to have to wait and see, because if it's just those two modes, that's going to get old very quick, which would be a shame because I love what I've played of it. 6.5 hours tonight playing on it, and the hour and a half at rest will tell you that that's something of late I don't normally do. And so if you have it on, you have a PS4, go download it. It's free, even on Xbox at the moment, because someone was all going on about it being enhanced on the X, the X. And if you do have it on PS4 and you want to join us, give us a shout over the weekend, because the chances are I will go, oh, I'll play some more of it. Thank you very much. But I'm at the end of the sort of XP buffer now, because we got to like level 33 that started going weird, XP levels. And then I've been playing some more Yakuza 0. And I did a sub-story tonight where you're walking along the street and you see this couple having an argument. And it's like school kids. And one of them's complaining that his girlfriend's got a lot of money in her purse that she didn't normally have, and she's going off and buying lingerie. I'm thinking, okay, where's this going? And so, they have an argument. She storms off. He, you go up to him and go, what's the matter? What's wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And he says to you about checking up on her because he thinks she's selling her body. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he asks you to, go have a word with her, go see what she's doing. So you catch up with her. She doesn't know that you were eavesdropping. And so you try to sort of stay in character, and you think, okay, because you want to try and see what she is doing, whether she is selling herself. And it turns out she was a barista.
For coffee.
No, it's not barista. No, a barista. Now, what that is they sell clothing to people, to people, mainly used underwear. So this is a whole story in Yakuza 0 about stopping her from selling her used underwear, that she's sort of got herself caught up into like a gang sort of thing that's doing this around the city, and she doesn't want to do it anymore because it's degrading, blah blah blah. And it's like, so you go meet the ringleader as such, and you got three options. One of them's like, what would your parents think? One's a health. It was like, women shouldn't be doing this sort of stuff. And it kind of almost felt like a He-Man moral at the end of it. Kiryu sits standing there going, well, we sure did learn that you shouldn't be doing this around the town because you got some creepy people around. It just felt very weird that in a game. I know it's Japan, their culture is completely different, but it just felt wrong.
There's that entire the minicar race where like he thinks like there's this double entendre going on with like one of the girl minicar racers, and like Kiryu just keeps like thinking about it, and it ends up being like absolutely nothing and innocent. And at the same time, like there's also like there's the story where you have like the girl who's outside who wants like a certain plush doll, and Kiryu like helps get it for her, and you find out that her mom works like 2 jobs and like works 2 jobs and so tries to and their dad's like not in the picture anymore, and she like looks up to him, and then it comes out that like the gang, like 2 Yakuza members like tried to like grab her and force her to start selling her body for money, and even threatened about using the kid for that. And it's just like, sometimes he just does the right thing and is a nice guy. And other times it's just like, whoa, we learned that lesson. Thanks, Uncle Kiryu. Dun-dun-dun. And it's like, but does anybody else know that was about like stealing panties and shit? It does. Move on to the next scene. There's streetcar racing. Do you want to go to the racing? Let's go do slot car racing.
And then let's go to the arcades because you've got Space Harrier. It's like this is just so random, some of the stuff. There's also another sub story, and again, it's not really spoilerish because it's not linked to the main story, but there's a kid waiting in line for a video game, and he's the last one. And then you go back to him, and it's like you see him talking to someone, and then they run off, and he starts playing because they nicked his copy of his video game. So you chase him down, and you see him getting mugged by a street punk for the video game. And then you chase him down, and you see him getting mugged at gunpoint by a Yakuza member for the video game. And it's just this convoluted thing, and it turns out that the person who, at the end, you chase down who actually has the video game is the kid's dad, because he wanted to get the game for his son. It's like, wait, what? It's just messed up.
I thought that was one of the more interesting ones.
It's crazy though. It's like, where does this go? It's like a weird squared route going back to it in a sort of weird sort of twist at the end. But I didn't like getting shot by him. It's like, no, stop it, stop, put your gun down. But I am enjoying them though, because I really hope they bring out 3, 4, and 5 as a remaster, because they have said if enough demand's there, they will do it. Because I know they're bringing out 2. Kiwami 2 is coming. It's coming to the West and on PS4. But that's pretty much what I've been playing, which moves me on to the trophy challenge, which I believe in the next 3 weeks it will be done. Because over the past 3 weeks, I have been blistering it through. I am now down to 103 trophies left to go to 10k. So, Gio, I will be looking at your games collection to see what stream I'll be wanting you to do. Because this week, from was 170 I started with, down to 103. So I've been on 67. We're almost there. We're almost there. And Gio is down from 1,344 to 1,292. So yeah, so in the next 3 weeks, I'm hoping, just in case something happens, fingers crossed, that I might be done. And we'll be setting up the stream, the forfeit stream from. But that's all I've been playing. And that's the trophy challenge. Yeah, so all that's left to do is really shout outs, and then we can head off and let you guys enjoy your weekend, or whenever you're listening to the show. I mean, people in chat who have stayed with us, thank you very much, as always. You are wonderful. Kim, our patron saint of Tigwivi. Chris, who has had to be silent because of Discord not working for him, but has been playing away in the background so you can see us. And of course, James, for doing the technical stuff, we'll give him a shout out. And also Mark Saville for popping on last week. Once again, thank you very much. And to everyone at Special Effect for being so awesome.
Yes, we're going to give you an extra week on the Weekly Royale. But let me guess, I don't believe it. It's actually tied 2 across the piece. It's because you guys knew we weren't doing a Weekly Royale. That's why.
So you got 1 more week to vote.
Yeah, you got 1 more week to vote. And I'm not shaming you. It's a vote for second, because we all know who's going to win. Well. And I thought mine was the best. The amount of time and effort and planning and research.
See, I haven't cast my vote yet.
Yeah, I know you haven't cast your vote yet. I can see who's cast. It's basically been me and Michael Patterson.
So that means even
Bill of the Ages and Michael Patterson voted for you, which means when you cast your vote for you, you're gonna frickin' win. It's dark. Yes. It's the link to the thing. It's in the Discord. It's under the Weekly Royale. Hashtag with the Weekly Royale.
So, do you have any shout outs, James?
Do I?
Yeah. That's what it's like. Do you? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm kind of done. I've said everything I need to say.
Okay, and then we can head out. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening. We're getting close to that 100th episode, and also the drive that we will be looking at potentially doing, which we'll elaborate more in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, that's it. good night, everyone. We shall see you next week.
We're definitely not going to pad for like an extra minute while I pull something up. The outro music. Yeah, thank you all for being here, and just hope this works. What do we want to go out to?
Something upbeat.
Something upbeat. I've got upbeat. I definitely have upbeat somewhere in here.
Yeah, to welcome everybody to the weekend, Big.
That's it.